Saw dudes. Savage Motoring. Finally doing an update video on this pig. So, I've tried filming this video, I don't know how many times already. It's been like 9 or 10 times I've tried to film this video. And for whatever reason, I just can't get it out. I can't get a good, decent video out. Either start stumbling or stuttering or just being a fucking, you know. Anyway, we got some brewskis out now. So, hopefully that's what I needed to make a decent video. Have the truck here. The motor's been in and out. I don't know how many times since the last video where I showed it was running. I got a new truck. It's the new daily. It's the old Nissan X goddamn Terra. Got my garage, which is pretty sweet. R32's chilling. And my father-in-law's 6'4" Impala over there. So, on this video, we're going to be talking about the hardbody. Quick little update on it. You guys may notice the firewall's painted. Since the last video, I pulled everything back out, sanded down the firewall, painted it a really nice mint color. For some reason on my phone, doesn't look as green as in person. And in the camera, it looks really blue. But I assure you in person, it's a really, really nice mint green color. Came out pretty nice, I think. For rattle can, anyway. You guys know me. I'm doing a junkyard truck. So, obviously had to rattle can it. I did get the passenger side header done. It is right there. It's chilling, hanging out. Looks kind of like ass because my welder is needs to be fucking warrantied. I can't catch a fucking break with welders, man. I can't tell you how many welders I've been through. I mean, granted, I did go through a few cheap welders, but I bought the Eastwood MiG 135 a little over a year ago, and the fan went out on it, and it started welding like shit. Almost like it has a bad ground on it. But, I don't know, I already talked to Eastwood. We're going to get it warrantied, so hopefully we solve that issue. Yeah, so headers are done. I did, before I pulled everything out to paint it, I did have the drive shaft actually hooked up with a new carrier bearing in it. And that was, it was just a nice little confirmation that the Z32 trans and my alignment and everything was going to work with the stock drive shaft. I do believe I need to shorten either the front or the back half. I'm probably going to take the back half of the drive shaft off and go get it shortened, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Pretty common problem even with bone stock trucks that are just lowered. When you lower the back, it pushes the drive shaft forward into the transmission, which is no bueno. I know I had that problem before, and I just kind of really didn't care. You know, old beater truck. So I think before I get this thing up and going, I'm going to take, like I said, that back half off. I'm going to take it up to Albuquerque, which I think is my closest drive shaft shop, and I'm going to have them shorten it 3/4 of an inch to an inch. And hopefully that will solve all of that. Since the last video, or actually it was done in the last video, but you guys didn't see it. I did get a belt on the water pump. If you guys know the VHs, the power steering pump and the water pump are on the same belt. And this tensioner, I believe, shit, I really don't remember. It's oriented differently. It's been so long, I can't remember. Anyway, what you can do is you can take this tensioner. I think it bolts up here, actually. It's like, I don't remember what orientation it's in. But you can take the factory tensioner and rotate it in this orientation where it's pushing that way. You don't have to drill any extra holes. You don't need anything. You just kind of flip it. Only 2 bolt holes will line up, but that, you know, whatever. It'll ride. This belt, there is the part number. It's a 315K4, which is just fine. I went through, I don't know how many fucking belts trying to figure out, and you know, I even measured it. And this was even when I was back working at AutoZone. But, you know, fuck AutoZone, man. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, there's the belt on there. Headers are done. New carrier bearing, drive shaft, all that shit mostly fits. Like I said, I need to shorten it. Yes, the biggest issue here. You guys remember this piece? This is the oil filter housing that I modified in episode 2 of the VH Hardbody project. You know, I cut like a huge fucking chunk of it off and then welded these bungs on. Well, me being stubborn and not wanting to wait for friends to come help me, I was pulling this motor and putting it back in by myself with this thing bolted to the side of it. And, you know, aluminum, when it bangs up against a steel frame, aluminum will always lose. And I absolutely fucking destroyed this thing. If I can get this fucking fucker to focus. Yeah, so I chewed it up pretty bad. They do sell kits to fix these, and there's people that offer services, but that one's really fucking bad, and I highly doubt I'll be able to fix that. Maybe, I don't know. But that last video where I started it up, that's not the only time I've started it up. I've started it up a few times. That was the only one that I posted online. It pissed oil every fucking time, so ended up narrowing it down to this bad mamma jamma. Surprisingly, my lines were okay. My homemade push lock bullshit boys. So yeah, I need to find another oil filter housing so I can cut it and modify it. If you guys know where I can find one, let me know, because I've been looking in the junkyards here in Las Cruces and El Paso, Texas for like a couple months now, and the one time they did have a couple Q45s, I didn't go, and now that I'm looking, they're all gone. So kind of fucking sucks. I did order a block of 6061 aluminum. It's 1 inch thick by 3 by 4. If I can't find one in the next week or so, I'm gonna make my fucking own. Really shouldn't be that hard in theory. Got 6 holes there, 4 of them bolt to the block. Those 2 big ones in the center are where the oil goes in and out. So I think a couple drill bits, tap and die set, drill press, and some innovation. I think we can make something happen here. That's pretty much where we're at. I think my next check, I'm going to try to take that back half of the drive shaft to Albuquerque to get it shortened. And then I need to rewire everything up. I pulled everything out when I pulled the motor and transmission out to paint it. So I do need to rewire it. But now that I know everything that I did the first time worked, I think it should be a lot easier this go around. Once I do get my welder warrantied, I'm going to go ahead and finish routing the exhaust. Passenger side's going to go under. It's going to be really similar to the factory VG routing. So it's going to pretty much go straight down under the oil pan. Driver side's going to go shoot straight down. They're going to come into a Y. Y. I don't remember where my Y is. It's somewhere here. Anyway, it's going to go into a Y, and I'm going to do a single 3-inch back. And I would like to route it back to my little cutout that I had before when I had the VG. I'm going to have to open that up, though. I think that was only like a 2.5 inch, so probably do a 3.5, maybe even a 4 inch, and just have a fucking monster tip coming out there. So that's where we're at, boys. I'd like to thank everyone for watching and supporting and reaching out to me. Really kind of makes me feel good when people do reach out. There's a couple guys across the states that are reaching out to me because they're doing similar swaps or wanting to do similar swaps. I'm no professional. Not even that great of a welder. I guess if I have a decent welder, I can lay an okay bead, but certainly no engineer. Yeah, but it's still cool that people reach out to me looking for help. Just know I'm not a professional. This thing is not perfect. I'll try to help you in any way I can, but I am not an expert. Thanks for watching, my dudes.